So we're looking at some members of the Unitarian Church of Montreal putting up a banner that they've been displaying for some time. It seems to have come down. I don't know how long it's been down, but they're putting it back up. Or maybe they take it down during the week and only put it up. So here we have the banner, Live in Harmony, Vivre Ensemble, and they have symbols of the various religions. To the far left, Taoism, or possibly Buddhism, but I'm pretty sure it's intended to be Taoism, Christianity, Humanism, Islam, Sikhism, Judaism, Unitarian Universalism, Atheism. So it's interesting that they're throwing that in there with the religions. And then I believe it is Buddhism, the wheel there. And then it is paganism, the pentagram. Hinduism, the Om symbol. And Native American spirituality. So here they are saying live in harmony. They're not trying very hard to live in harmony with me. And in fact, Unitarian Universalists, including top-level UUA leaders, have deeply insulted most of those religions at one time or another, if not all together at one time. So it's this sheer hypocrisy saying, you know, live in harmony with all these other religions, or that all of these religions should live in harmony, and yet saying and doing things that are anything but harmonious. You know, and you know, here I am, I'm outside the church, I'm protesting against Unitarian Universalist anti-religious intolerance and bigotry, amongst other things, but this is one of the main reasons for my protest, is against the anti-religious intolerance and bigotry that I have personally encountered, personally been subjected to, but have also witnessed. I mean, I've seen lots and lots and lots of other Unitarian Universalist anti-religious intolerance and bigotry exacted against other people, and yet here they are, you know, trying to pretend, oh, we should all live in harmony. Well, they're not really trying very hard. This protest, by the way, that I'm engaged in right now, has been going on since the spring of 1998.
You don't have my permission to take my photograph.
I'm not taking your picture. I am now, but I don't need your permission. This is a documentary video. So, it's quite funny. I wasn't actually really filming it. It's typical. You know, you don't have my permission to take my picture. Yeah. It's typical Unitarian attitude, you know. It's kind of funny, actually, that, again, not trying very hard to live in harmony with me. I'm just documenting what's going on here. And she whines about me not having permission to take her picture. So, typical bad attitude. I mean, you know, she has a right to perhaps not want me to take her picture, but, you know, she can express her feelings. But it's just, you know, her typical in your, you know, she doesn't like politely say, oh, by the way, you know, I prefer if you didn't take my picture, or, you know, or do you have the right? No, she insists that I don't have the right. Now, without even checking the law, without even checking the facts, she insists that I don't have the right. When in fact, if anyone bothers to check the legal situation, I'm well within my rights to have her within this video, which isn't really even about her. I mean, you know, this isn't about this woman who I don't even know. I mean, that face is not one that I recognize. I recognize the girl up the ladder there. That is one of the members of the church whose face I do recognize. But I really don't know who it was that told me I don't have the right. I can guess, actually. I have a feeling who she might be, but I'm not sure who she is. Anyhow, getting back to, you know, live in harmony, it's kind of funny because, you know, here it says, Vivre ensemble, live in harmony. And this woman comes up and says, you don't have the right to take... You know, there's so many other ways to express your concern about the fact that I'm taking some video here that would be much more in line with, you know, vivre ensemble, live in harmony. You know, there are nice ways of saying, you know, I don't really want you taking my pictures and so on. But no, this is the authoritarian. You don't have the right to take my picture. You know, it's, again, just ludicrous hypocrisy on the part of Unitarians. You know, I've used the term sucking and blowing at the same time to describe Unitarian Universalist hypocrisy when the person being hypocritical is being hypocritical in almost the same breath as, you know, like, you know, they're saying one thing and at almost exactly the same time they say or do something that shows the exact opposite. And this is a perfect example of a Unitarian Universalist sucking and blowing at the same time. You know, this woman is putting up or helping to put up a banner that encourages people to live together, to live in harmony, and yet comes up to me and basically tells me authoritatively and in an authoritarian manner, you don't have the right to take my picture. You know, she doesn't politely ask, you know, if I am taking her picture, because, you know, just because I'm pointing the camera doesn't necessarily mean I'm actually taking the picture. You know, she doesn't approach the matter in a more, you know, civil, polite, inquiring manner. No, she arrogantly tells me I don't have the right to tell her. And what do I got? Oh, John Inder, yeah. Okay. So John Inder is actually, this is interesting, because here's John Inder going in under this banner that says Vivre ensemble, live in harmony. Well, John Inder is one of the people most responsible for the lack of harmony between me and the Unitarian Church of Montreal. Besides calling Creation Day a cult to my face while I'm protesting, which is the exact opposite of living in harmony, John Inder is very, very much responsible for the negligent and complicit and even punitive manner in which the Unitarian Church of Montreal responded to my complaints about the anti-religious intolerance and bigotry of Reverend Ray Drennan and other members of the church, such as Frank Green. So again, you know, this guy who falsely and maliciously labeled an interreligious event that I organized that brought together Christians, humanists, Muslims. No, it wasn't Sikh participation, not officially anyway. There was some Jewish people, there were Unitarian Universalists, there were pagans, there was a significant pagan participation, there was Hindu, and there was Native American. So I organized an interreligious event that actually brought together a good number of these different religious groups, including Unitarian Universalists, including humanist, atheist Unitarian Universalists, and Reverend Ray Drennan and Frank Green and other members of the church slandered it as a cult. You know, that's not exactly living in harmony with me. And when you slander an interreligious event like that as a cult, you're not just slandering me, you're slandering every single person, every single group that participated in it, because you're basically saying, oh, they're all you know, involved in some dangerous thing. Okay, so just had to check something there, and a little worried that my freestanding camera might have disappeared, but it seems to be okay. So on that note, we're going to wrap this up and go back to walking back and forth with picket signs for the time being. I will keep this camera running, and we shall just circulate. So it looks like they got their banner up, so we'll just walk back and forth a bit. I'll just make sure the camera's running still. It's possible that something happened here. Okay, let's see now. Okay, I'm not sure. It is It is Sunday the forget that. It is Sunday the 7th of September of 2014. I'm in front of the Unitarian Church in Montreal, and I'm just engaged in my alternative spiritual practice of protesting against Unitarian Universalist injustices and abuses of various kinds, including, but not limited to, clergy misconduct of various kinds, basically all forms of clergy misconduct, ranging from verbal and psychological abuse right up to the worst forms of clergy sexual misconduct, such as pedophilia and rape committed by Unitarian Universalist clergy. I am myself not a victim of Unitarian Universalist clergy sexual misconduct, at least not of the actual physical kind. We can debate about whether the title of the Robin Edgar Sucks blog constitutes a form of sexual harassment against me, since the word sucks, especially when associated with a male, is basically a homophobic slur in that sense. Nonetheless, I'm not really a victim of clergy sexual misconduct, but, you know, in the process of dealing with non-sexual clergy misconduct, I became aware of, UUA mishandling of clergy sexual misconduct, and then they made matters worse by coming after me for talking about clergy sexual misconduct. So they really put their foot in it by falsely accusing me of the archaic crime of blasphemous libel for allegedly making unfounded and vicious, good morning, allegations about Unitarian Universalists engaging in such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape, to use the exact words of Stikeman Elliott Barristers and Solicitors litigation lawyer, Maitre Marc-André Coulomb, who was hired by the Unitarian Universalist Association of Congregations to accuse me of the crime of blasphemous libel in an effort to intimidate me into removing blog posts about Unitarian Universalists who'd actually been convicted of such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape. So my allegations were by no means unfounded. They weren't particularly vicious. But the main thing is they were not unfounded at all. They were completely truthful. They were based on publicly available news reports about these Unitarian Universalists who were actually convicted of pedophilia or rape or both. And therefore not even remotely blasphemous libel. So yes, it's just another example of Unitarian Universalists going to extreme lengths to cover up and deny clergy misconduct of the worst kind. So we're going to go back to circulating with picket signs, but I just thought I'd introduce this segment that way. Crap.